The rocking chair. The very name evokes a sense of peace and security. It is the gentle rhythm that soothes a baby to sleep, the steady motion that calms a worried mind. But what happens when its familiar rhythmic creak begins on its own, with no one there? The sight of a chair rocking in an empty room transforms a symbol of solace into a haunting question, forcing us to confront the thin line between comfort and dread. The rocking chair's origins are a subject of debate, with some crediting Benjamin Franklin, while others point to early American cabinet makers in the 18th century. Over time, it evolved into a staple of comfort, embraced by families and statesmen alike, including Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy, who used an Appalachian-style Kennedy rocker to ease his pain. When an empty rocking chair moves, its quiet, rhythmic motion violates our fundamental expectations, turning it into a powerful psychological trigger for dread. In North America, the rocking chair is a centerpiece of famous ghost stories. At the Lizzie Borden House in Massachusetts, visitors have claimed to see a rocking chair move on its own in the parlor, at the very spot where Andrew Borden was murdered. In Kentucky, the Waverly Hills Sanatorium has a chair in room 502 said to move violently on its own. Some paranormal investigators even claim to have captured the sound of footsteps leading up to it. In England, the legend of the Busby stoop chair claims it was cursed by the murderer Thomas Busby before his execution in 1702. Numerous fatal accidents were later linked to anyone who sat in it. But a furniture historian dated the chair to around 1840, disproving the legend's very premise. Another legend, the Devil's Rocking Chair, was tied to chilling testimonies during the Devil Made Me Do It case. The Glatzel family claimed to see it rocking and even levitating. For every chilling account, a more rational explanation exists, rooted in the very science that governs our world. The mystery of the rocking chair is a profound example of how the human mind and its environment can conspire to create a ghost story where none truly exists. A rocking chair, by its very design, is a resonant system. Once in motion, it can be kept rocking with very little energy. Tiny, imperceptible vibrations from a passing truck, footsteps on an old wooden floor, or even changes in air currents can be enough to set it in motion. A particularly compelling theory involves infrasound, sound waves below the range of human hearing. Produced by natural forces like storms, or by machines such as ventilation systems, infrasound can cause objects to vibrate at their resonant frequency. These same low-frequency waves have been shown to induce feelings of unease, grief, and even the sense of an unseen presence. The rocking chair becomes haunted only in the mind of its witness. Even when physical forces can be identified, the interpretation of an empty rocking chair's movement as paranormal is a profoundly psychological process. The human brain is a meaning-making machine, constantly seeking patterns and narrative in the world around it. This innate desire for order is the final and most critical link in the chain of supernatural belief. Two cognitive biases are central: apophenia, finding connections in random data, and pareidolia, the perception of recognizable images in ambiguous stimuli, a face in a cloud or a figure in a shadow. Our brain's visual cortex is tuned for pattern recognition, an evolutionary trait for survival. That same mechanism, however, can turn a fleeting shadow into something more. a pale figure where none exists. Once a supernatural hypothesis forms, other cognitive biases reinforce it. Magical thinking, the belief that thoughts or actions can cause consequences without logic, fuels superstition. An empty rocking chair may be seen as a sign of death or a message from beyond. Confirmation bias strengthens these legends, as in the tale of Busby's cursed chair. Though disproven by historians, belief endures, fueled by selective memory. Beyond bias, unseen forces like infrasound can fuel the illusion. Infrasound, below hearing range, comes from storms and machines alike. These waves can make large objects resonate, setting the chair into motion. But infrasound also acts on us directly, inducing chills, unease, even a sense of presence. A feedback loop begins. The chair rocks, and the body reacts. The mind interprets this reaction as proof of the supernatural. Science shows the loop is environmental, not otherworldly. Other medical factors, like oscillopsia, can make still objects seem to move. A disturbance of the vestibular system tricks the eyes and brain. The haunting is not in the object, but in perception itself. The empty rocking chair is a mirror, reflecting our inner fears. It is a canvas for our anxieties, our losses, and our need for meaning. The most haunting mysteries lie not beyond our senses, but within our own minds.